Yeah,
Hey y'all.
hello.
Good evening.
I'm back, y'all. I got out of work. Hope y'all had a good time last time. We the only ones in right now. Was having little technical issues in the first part, but we in here, y'all. We in here. Hope y'all had a great day. I did. Got off a little early. This was a good day. It's a good day. Gonna be better evening or better night.
Hey y'all. So we are continuing the conversation on taking the journey alone. If y'all were with me last week, thank you for joining me last week while he was absent. Because it truly was a journey on my own. Hey Jay. So tonight I just wanted to allow him the opportunity to talk about what that means as well. I know we had talked about, this would be a part two as well. I don't forgot the three things I said last week now. While you, because sometimes I think when we look in the journey, um, we feel like we're alone. And so there were three questions to ask yourself is the first one was what do I need to learn from in this what do I need to learn? What do I need to release? And then what do I need to receive or embrace, allow, that type of thing. So did y'all have any journeys alone this week?
So you said the first question was what?
What do you need to learn?
Learn,
What do you need to release?
release,
And what do you need to embrace or receive?
embrace, or receive.
Yeah.
Try to see if we can come up with a thing for that. What's they called? Acronyms?
I hate acronyms.
Okay, well, we don't do no acronym.
I'm sorry. I'm keeping it real. I hate acronyms.
That's what we in here for. We ain't supposed to be fake about it. We in here because you don't like them, you don't like them. But learn, release, and receive.
No, I'm not good at acronyms, so I shouldn't say I hate them. Jay does good acronyms. I know that, but I just sometimes I'm just like, yeah, no, that doesn't work. Doesn't work for me. So
I
no.
mean, like everything don't work for everybody. Somebody can't do what you do. So everybody got their own niche and own lane that
I
they
don't know
stay
what
in.
is going on, but this screen,
What?
it's just weird looking.
Oh,
But
yeah, everything
I
was.
know you love acronyms, Jay.
They look. Everything was thrown off today. The computer was trying to upload something. So yeah. So for me, we're gonna start with me on my journey alone. I ain't been alone in a long time. But no, you're in the sense of where you're going with things. Man, I stayed in. I don't know. I stayed in fields for so long. I don't know.
I take it you didn't listen to me last week.
No, I'm not going. I'm not
Get
going to
out of
lie.
here. You
I'm
off
not
the
going to
show.
lie. What I say here is like, nah, yeah, I listen to you, then I'll be saying stuff. But um, no, no. But you know why?
So I was talking about taking a journey alone, in that even though it still feels like we have all of these people around us, it still feels like when we're trying to reach out to somebody, when we are, we'll phone some friends because we need somebody to talk to and we can't reach them. Like how being forced to take the journey alone is because God is like, no, 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 it's just you and me right now.
And then it's crazy that you say that because I had to have a conversation with one of my coworkers today, and it was about his friends have been making crash out decisions. And y'all know what that means, where life changing decisions, but not good, bad decisions. And I told him like the analogy that we use with the leaves and when you learn to shake those leaves off, and then so that new leaves can grow. So he was like, "Dang, Jordan, I never thought of it like that." But man, you know that sometimes I always feel like I'm alone in certain things because I may reach out to people and I'll do for others, and then When I may need someone, it's no one there. And I'm not talking about I'm in the house, more so outside of the house. Um, and I just learned to really just to deal with it. Like that's how the people that's around me, that's how they are. And I just learn from it and get what I can get from it and release those that I release. But yeah, my journey is I guess going to God's plan. I'm enjoying where I'm at. I'm enjoying where I'm going. I feel like if I just stay the path of the journey, I think I'll be all right. I think we'll be all right.
Jay says, I feel like I've been in and out of my journey alone since January. My husband passed. If I'm being honest, sometime like that. Support comes when they need it, but there are definitely moments when it must be myself. Yeah, it definitely has to be moments when
Sorry for your loss.
it's me, myself, and I. That's good. Sometimes you have God just puts you in situations where you really do not have a choice. It really is you, yourself, and I, and God, oh God, and in the midst of all of that. So
God will always God in the midst of every storm, every bad situation. And y'all know me. I always tell you in every bad situation, try to find that positive in the situation because there is one. Just try to figure out what that is. It's hard, it's tough, it's difficult, and I tell the kids if everything was easy in hunky dory, then everybody have what they have, but you have to put the work in. Um, and yeah, it's not easy. It's never easy. Just understand when you say journey alone, there's somebody there. They just a lot of times people don't know how to reach out. And then if they reach out too much, then it feels like you might be bothersome to some people.
So that's probably where we need to go for part two, because I did do remember ending it last week where I think a lot of times we won't reach out for support for the idea like
Let's go to
that
that.
we're going to be a burden on them. And so because of that, we stay stuck in our situation when we could have just reached out to someone, not assuming that they don't have time for us, and just say, hey, do you have 5 minutes? And go from there, because like, hey, I really need to talk to you, and just understanding like it's okay to phone a friend when you need to, right? God will tell you, nope, you need to connect with so and so, or the first response should always be, let me go connect with God so I can hear his voice and get his opinion. But then once you get that, sometimes he requires you, or you just need to go to somebody else. You're like, hey, can we talk it out for a second, and stop thinking that everyone else has so much on their plate that they don't have time for you. Because if that's the case, I would hope that most people would be able to tell you, hey, I don't have the time right now, but can we figure out
Can
another
I come
time
back to
after?
you?
Right? Can I
Yeah.
come back to you?
I mean that's going back to being in our own heads, right? Saying that oh no, this person not gonna have time for me. They got their own problems, they got their own issues. And that's you again holding yourself back because just reaching out to somebody, just hey, you got 5 minutes for me? I just want to discuss something with you. And it's not even like you need nothing from that person right then and there. It's just that I just need to talk. You know, I can play devil advocate, go back and forth because sometimes when phone rings, and now we all guilty of this, what they want. We guilty of that, you know.
So you right about that, but I think when we have that attitude, we have to that's when we have to be honest with the person on the other end and be like, listen, now was not a good time. Like if that's the attitude that we take, then it's not, I don't need to pick up the phone, or I don't need to respond to the text right now. Like let me respond when I'm in a better space to be present with the person, because obviously they're calling me for a need, right? And so I need to be present in that moment. And if at that time I can't be present, then I need to say, listen, I can't talk right now. Is there anything like, that type of thing.
So you know, man, I'm always that devil advocate person.
Yeah, I know.
And you that all of that is great, but it's so much easier said than done because pick the phone up, ring ring, hey, now it's not a good time. Then they just get to rambling. You know what I
Then you
mean?
got to hang up.
So then it's like I just said I didn't have the time.
Because
Now
now
you
they
try to
can't.
make that time. You
Right,
know what I
but that
mean?
when they get to that part, then now they're not respecting your boundaries. So that's a
True,
whole nother
true,
thing.
true, true,
Because if
true.
they can't honor, hey, I'm now is not a good time right now, then
And,
so then do I really want to call you back?
and I
But
was
now I'm not
and I
calling you
was
back
going to
because I'm in
say,
my feelings because now you ain't listened to what I needed to say.
and then that's where that goes. So it's I always say, man, it's always easier said than done because
Yeah, I know,
feelings get involved
that's
so
where
much.
we have to become intentional about
Right,
creating the boundaries for ourselves. If
true.
we can't, if our family and our friends, even kids, right, can't respect the fact I just need 5 minutes to myself, then it's time to get some new family friends and some kids because it's just like, listen, I can't mentally, right? I can't be there for you all the time if I don't have enough to give to myself.
Right. That's like pouring from an empty cup, like you
Pouring from
said.
the empty cup. Like I can't do that. Right. Yeah. Jay, that's a good one. Text to ask if it's okay.
I
Yeah.
that because again, like picking that phone up, the person on the other end is like, oh, you got time for me because you picked the phone up. You know what I mean? So to send someone not like to voicemail, but to send that text message right after, look, a little busy right now. I'll hit you back in a little bit.
I mean, usually if it's something that I need to talk to, I'll send somebody a text like, hey, are you busy?
Send the
Right.
first
I'll
text
send the
before the
text
call.
first before the call because I
See,
need to check in because somebody, they might be at work. They might be doing, on a call or
a lot of
something
people
like
don't
that.
do that. Y'all better take heed of that because if you
I
want
don't do it
somebody
all the time.
now,
Well, first of all, I don't do a whole lot of phone calls, no way. But I'm just
but
saying.
listen to this, y'all, because that is a great point. If you think you're going to be able to pick the phone up in today's society, right? Because everything is bow 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 bow. You and I don't care who it is, your mother, your father, your best friend, who it is. If you think that you can call anybody and be able to talk their head off because you don't know what they got going on right now, shoot that text first. Hey, yeah, I need I need to talk to you. You got 10 minutes, you got 5 minutes. And if you don't get a response, don't call. Don't call. If you don't get a response back from the text, don't call. Now, now, if you start going down the line and you don't get something back, then maybe call because maybe something's wrong. Am I right to say that?
Say it again.
If I so somebody that you talk to often, and then you know that you call them or you send them a text, and they normally will call you back within a couple days or so, and they don't call back, should you now
Then
call?
no, I'll send another text like, hey, I didn't hear back from you. I just wanted to check in, make sure you're okay.
Okay, okay,
Because sometimes I think we see the text, like Jay talking about, helping profession when you're working, that you see the text come in and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go back to it. But your day gets away
guess
from you
yeah,
and then you don't. And so sometimes they could just be, oh, I forgot to go back.
yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah,
sometimes we don't hit send. Like we might type the message out, but not hit send.
all the time.
Right. But that's where, but then, like, if I know, hey, really need to talk to somebody, but I didn't hear from them, I'll send them another one. Like, listen, I know you're probably busy. I sent you a text. You probably didn't see it. Do you have a couple of minutes?
Right, right.
Because then it's like, okay, it may, maybe they didn't see it. Or maybe
Or
my
they just
text
got
didn't
yeah.
go through. Like the
Right,
way we
right.
was having issues.
Yeah, the text didn't go through. Or like you said, they thought they sent you a text back and they didn't hit the send.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the crazy thing about technology. That's the crazy thing about technology because I told you this. We had this discussion. I don't like sending text messages. I don't like sending emails because they can be read out of context. And that's technology for us.
I, I can't. You're a phone person. I just certain things. Y'all, how many times y'all somebody will call you and like that could have been a text. or
Yes, I mean, I'm with you though. I
or
understand that.
they can you jump on a Zoom real quick or Teams meeting and whatever they had to say, that could have been an email. Like that's me. Like it's so much going on. Just send me a text because then I know I can answer and respond to
It
it
give you time to
to give me time
process.
to process or get like come on.
I, that's what I
Jay, don't
say.
be ignoring me.
That's
Don't
that's
be ignoring
that's why
me,
I say
girl.
this is another one of those conversations that's
Hey
like
Shanisha.
it's
Hey Frida.
it's rocky. Not shouldn't say rocky, but it's just one of those ones that you like. Everybody has a different feeling about how they receive their information or how they will communicate back to you.
Yeah.
Because somebody like you know people that do this. You'll call them, then they'll respond back to you in a text message. You know, and then you try to call them back, but they respond back to you in a text message. I mean,
I mean, I get it. Like sometimes you'll call somebody and they'll send you a text like, "Hey, I'm on a call or I'm on a thing or whatever." Like I get it, but it's certain times when it's like, no, that could have really been a text.
nah, you absolutely
But
right.
now sometimes you just need to hear the person's voice. Like if
Yes,
you
yeah.
know, like let's say
I
the
get those
text
phone
messages
calls.
is kind of like, okay, I'm not really sure where she going with this text. Let me check in and see how she is. Because some you can tell certain text messages, you can tell how the person is feeling and all the other stuff.
Yeah, and I get those phone calls from certain ones. They be like, "But I just want to hear your voice," and I'm like, "Dang!" And it's one of those things to where like being in tune. You're like, "Dang!" But you was on my mind as well. I just wasn't intentional on reaching out. So that's one of them things being online. Like
Mhm.
it's weird. And I'm at the point now where nothing is a coincidence. I can't even do coincidences no more. It's all nah, this happened for a reason, you know. So, but yeah, those text messages, emails, technology, technology is is and can I share a story real quick though? I have to share this story because Jesse called me today. That's my little brother, and he almost got scammed today, y'all. I have to put this out there because we're talking about technology. Do not answer the phone call and have conversations. The bank will not call you. The bank will not call you. If you get a text message saying that somebody stole this from you, pick the phone up as soon as you get that text message and call your bank because this happened to him. He got two text messages back to back, and they were two different transactions back to back, saying that they were trying to get into it. They tried to take make a purchase or something of $1,000 or more. So then the bank, the number that's from Navy Federal calls him. And he's like, I know this number. I call this number all the time. He's on the phone. The guy's asking him to do all this, and he's talking to him. He just didn't feel right, so he hang up the phone, and he gets on the phone with the actual Navy Federal, and they try to take out a $60,000 loan in his name,
Wow.
just because now AI is that dangerous. It's that dangerous that all they need is for you when you pick the phone up and you don't know the number, you say hello. Now they have your voice and they can get into because a lot of this stuff is voice recognition. So be careful, y'all. Please be careful with opening up emails you don't know, opening up text messages, all those things. Be very, very careful because it's getting really dangerous out here with scamming and fraud and things like that, y'all. Please be careful. Let's get back. I'm sorry. I had to put that out there.
Topic switch number two.
I had to
Number
put that
one,
out
number
there.
two.
And that and it's one of those things. Like if we don't teach each other this, somebody in our circle gonna get hit. So we gotta talk on this. This is what we here for. We just it's not just marriage, y'all. It's everything. We trying to make sure everybody comfortable.
Jay said she go answer her phone like Florida Evans.
Yeah, but it's crazy that excuse me, but they all they need is a hello.
Oh,
That's
oh,
all you.
Weezy.
That's all you have to say is hello, and they may hang the phone up, but they're gonna try to keep a conversation with you going, so that way they can really get your voice. But yeah, don't open up these text messages. Call that bank, and It's spoofing numbers. That's what the guy
And I
told him.
get emails
Spoofing
all the
numbers.
time saying your invoice is attached and all
Yep.
that other stuff. Like
All the
it's
time.
crazy.
And then like you think about somebody that does conduct a business, and then you get in emails saying that somebody made a transaction, and then you go into it. Now they got your information. Man, it's just be careful.
Especially something to advise the elders, because I think a lot
Yes.
of times they don't know all of that stuff. So just kind of keeping them safe by their
I
own.
had to tell mom that. She thought she won something. You ain't win nothing. You ain't win nothing. You about to win yourself into some negatives in your bank account. But yeah, so just technology, y'all. It's I tell the kids all the time. It's the greatest best thing in the world when used properly. But when the wrong hands, like Pinky and the Brain said, they gonna take over the world. They trying. Yeah.
Really?
You know who Pinky and the Brain is, man?
Are you kidding
I
me?
gotta ask. I gotta ask.
Oh, sweet
gotta
Jesus.
ask, man. That was my show. I used to rush off the bus to go watch Animaniacs.
Did you really just do the slap for you?
Yeah, that was get off the bus and run. That's you gotta put the sound effects in there. That's what when you throw sound effects and stuff, man, it makes it like you there. So I want the people to be there with me. They got off the
Oh
bus
my
running
God,
too.
I cannot with you.
They got
Ooh.
they got off the bus running too. And a bowl of cereal. We probably could start that going. What's your favorite cereal? It's like nah.
Oh my God, do not, do not.
But that's we gotta get back to our childhood though, man. Our childhood, I look at the kids' childhood and I'm like, dang, I miss our childhood. They can't go outside, babe. I mean, as groups, we used to
Well,
go
I
outside
would
by
say I
ourselves.
think times are a little different, right? Like when you think about our neighborhood, um, listen, right, Shanisha. But when you think about, especially our neighborhood, like not many people around here have kids.
I mean, but we know?
We don't see.
We
Well,
don't
you're
see them
right because we don't see
outside.
them outside. I think we got enough to know at least the close
In our
proximity
yeah,
of
in
neighbors
our
and like our
circles, yeah,
cul-de-sac.
yeah, we don't.
That
It's not many.
times are different, and I think that was the thing. Like when we're looking at houses, we weren't considering that. Like we didn't do the research of that. You know what I mean? To see like what's the average age of the
Well,
homeowners
we've been here
over
for
here.
a while
Yeah,
too,
we
though.
have, but I'm
We've
just
been here
saying.
for a
But it's
while.
just, but that's part that leads to part of the
Yes, to the
reason on
next
why
one.
some of the kids don't have the experiences that we have, because I mean we lived in neighborhoods where it was
And you
like
went to school in your neighborhood with your neighborhood kids. So I was just about to make that point. Like, if we had charter schools growing up, they weren't. Everybody went. Y'all like to. You even went public or private,
mm-hmm.
and even if you was at a private school, you still went outside and played with your public school friends in the neighborhood. But yeah, that's one thing that I would say that I miss for the kids is them being able to be in a neighborhood school and be outside with those. But crazy thing is some of the kids it kind of circles back around.
But that's what sports comes in
Yeah,
handy, like
yeah.
community sports,
Or
because then you get to. Oh, I
say
didn't know you
extracurricular
lived in this. Yeah,
activities.
I didn't
Yeah,
know you lived in the area, that type of thing. That was
yeah.
topic change number 2 or 3. I just let you know.
Mhm.
Yes, it was.
Because we still in. Oh, maybe, maybe. But it's not wrong, babe. This was gonna be one of those nights because we didn't had no topic. Look, we family here, y'all. Didn't have no topic going into this. Trying said, you want to do Journey Alone? Journey Alone. Let's get on it. I don't know, babe. If we're going back to Journey Alone, I don't want to do no Journey Alone.
Okay, so what are we talking about after we 30 minutes in?
I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. We can go back. It's nothing wrong with circling back.
What's
I'm
the
saying, what is it?
topic?
Your Journey Alone.
You just said you don't want to do the journey
No,
alone.
no, 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 no. What I was saying is that I don't want to be in a journey alone.
But what if
I'm
you
not
have no
saying
choice? There's certain things that you may find yourself that God is like, no, he got to do this by himself. Like sometimes when I have to act, there's nothing I can do. Like I can't help out in the situation. God is like, you got to do the journey by yourself.
I'm still trying to think. I understand what you're saying because we do need those times and moments because that's how you grow. But all right, let's see. Now I gotta be
No, no,
more intentional.
nobody wants to be on a journey by themselves. We don't go, oh, I'm gonna have some fun doing this by myself. Nobody does that.
Who did why?
What
That's
you
what
mean
we in now.
why?
That's why we in now. We in those times now where everybody want to be independent. You know, so
Yeah, independent, but to an extent of when you down in the trenches in it, and when you truly are in the wilderness, and like you got, it's like you throwing hands now. Sometimes you got to do it by yourself. But nobody just goes up and say, "Oh, I'm gonna take on this challenge by myself." No, you call in reinforcements.
yeah, if you got some, you better. But that's why I say it's a team, right?
It is a team, but I'll say this too though. Sometimes when you are in the wilderness, it shines light on those that you can call and those that you can't call.
Mm.
Like if you know
In the darkness, the light is
that,
shine through.
right, because you know you're in the trenches and you're thinking, oh, I know my home girl gonna be right here with me, don't hold me down, all the other stuff. But
And
then
then
when
you
you
turn,
call and you
you don't
like,
see nobody.
who is she at?
So
Then
now
then what
let's
does
go
that
there.
tell you?
What now? There's somebody like you say, let's say your homegirl, right? You've been with this person. Let's not even say your let's take a family member into this. Don't let's not even say a friend. Sometimes we gotta wow, let them go.
We going
Right?
there with family.
Why not?
We going there with
Why
family.
not? Why not?
Listen,
Why not?
go ahead.
Why not?
Go ahead.
So I was just gonna ask in a situation when you need somebody else. You don't really have nobody to turn to but that family member. You turn to them and they ain't there. You turn here, they ain't there. What you do with that? How
You
you how you
for
handle this situation?
for me it says to me, just because they're family doesn't mean that they're always going to be there. Like the expectation is that family would
Will
be
and
there,
should, but will
but
they?
because everyone is human, that doesn't necessarily mean it. Like I've got some family members that I would think supposed to be my ride or die with me, not my
Not
ride or die. But I got some girlfriends that truly are my, like I consider them more family than some of my own family members. But that's all I'm thinking. I think a lot of times we think that just because they're family, that they're supposed to
supposed to
have
be
my
there.
back no matter what. But that's not the case,
That's
because
not.
at the end of the day, everybody is still human.
Yep.
We still have our
So
own lives. We still have our own limitations. Yeah, he talking. He like, y'all come
sorry,
on.
y'all. Gotta open the door for the dog.
He not out. The door not closed.
No,
This.
he's down here. He wanna go out.
Oh, um, but that's where I think when it comes to, Shanisha says, listen, I got friends that treat me like family and family that treats me like a stranger. Your family don't necessarily mean blood. That's it right there. Right there.
Sorry, y'all.
And I think that's where a lot of times like our feelings get hurt and get caught up in, but you family, you
Mm-hmm.
blood.
Yeah,
Like, what you
yeah.
mean you can't be here to help me? Like, and I think that's where we gotta that's when like the attitudes really go like, oh, I got a serious attitude because my family not
Nah,
here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But not understanding like, okay, my family still has um they still what's the word I'm looking for, they got their own journeys, and if they don't have time for it, right, or don't see the vision, right, because sometimes we God gives us the vision and they looking like you crazy. Like, how you gonna do that? Like for me, for example, trying to be a full-time entrepreneur, and I what's gonna happen with your retirement, and well, how you gonna pay the bills, and well, what are you gonna do? you
Hey,
you just can't believe with me for the vision,
stick
but
with
you
me
worried
with.
about my page, my 401k.
Why you worrying about that? That ain't your business,
But
right?
that's where it becomes into play. Is like, not everyone, and goes to family or friends, not everyone will see your vision, and you got to understand that you got to still keep going no
Keep
matter
your
what.
path.
And like, no matter how crazy that vision look, because you know, sometimes when God be dropping bricks on you, like, God, you want me to do what? It's like crazy faith. Like, God, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm gonna trust you anyway.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
to the outsiders, they like, how is she still standing?
So like you said, that everybody got their own journey, right? Everybody got their own path, and then one, it's not meant for them. It's not meant for that person. So again, now I'm starting to see where you saying when it comes to like the journey alone. It's because again, friend, family, foe, no matter who it is, you still have to push through your journey because it's nobody else can do your journey for you.
Right. That's
See?
where I was saying about that. See,
No,
if you
but
had listened to it last
no,
week,
no,
nah,
no.
nah, nah. If you would have listened, you would have heard it.
No, I need to hear it like this.
Oh my
So
God.
that I couldn't talk to back to the screen with you.
You could do replay and comments and all the other stuff still.
It's not
You
the
get,
it's not the same.
dude, you sit up there. Listen.
Look, I don't be commenting on joints.
Next week he by himself and I'm gonna let him see what it feels like.
Listen, I sit down. I'm at work. I'm listening to the show while I'm about to get me in trouble.
If you was listening, you would have known.
I couldn't listen to the whole thing. I couldn't listen to the whole thing.
With you.
But I mean, so real quick, I would just say something because do you remember that episode of Martin when Gina came on to the radio show?
No.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna you make this real quick. Gina came on the radio show, and she was on there for like a couple episodes, and then the ratings were starting to go up, and Martin was getting mad. So I think it was Sean, the DJ in there. He was like, "Just don't say anything when she's on." So Gina had to do the whole show by herself, and she kind of bombed it, and it was just funny. So, babe, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna bomb the show. Don't do that to me. Don't you do that to me. You're gonna lose all your followers. We got 39,000 followers. And I want you to lose one of them. Yeah. We out here, 39,000, working on 40. You know, we putting it in there. We putting this in the air. But so I was telling, I forgot who I was telling about this. And he was like, you don't try to monetize it. That's not what we did. I mean,
monetize?
is that the right word? How
no,
you say?
monetize.
Monetize. There you go. I'm not on this type of stuff. Y'all monetize this show, and I'm like, nah, I never thought about it.
Oh, babe, let's go.
Monetize? Yeah, I don't know, babe, where that came from. I don't know where that came from. Like,
okay,
yeah. Is it a word?
No,
not at all. I just put monitor and rise. It's created my own word. It's created my own word.
Oh God!
But it's just like you could create your own language nowadays. If they put LOL in the dictionary, I could put monetize in it. Just got to come up with a definition, right? But yeah, the journey alone, it has to be done. It's the only way you're gonna know what you're made of, right?
That's true.
Because
That's true.
Because I say this all the time. God, the good man, not gonna put too much on you can't bear. Somebody said that's not true. Why isn't it? Why isn't it? He sent his son down to die for our sins, correct?
Jay. Jay said that's a word.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm about to look this up.
Yeah. I knew I was saying the right word.
Well, you saying a word, whether it's the right word or not is a different
Hold on.
question.
The ability to observe and get money at the same time.
Hold on, that might be her creating that. I don't see that.
But I'm glad she on my side. It's on there. It's not on there, babe.
Yes,
see, but that's Wikipedia. That's Wikipedia. We can't trust that.
Oh goodness, that's hey, that is. Hold on, let me find the dictionary.
I told y'all. You may not think I know what I'm talking about, but I know what I'm talking about sometimes.
It's coming up in everything but Webster's.
This is not real.
It's coming up on wordsense.e. That's Jay said that's her definition.
I'm not gonna spit real quick.
It's in synonyms or acronyms. Anyway, I'm screaming with you. That was funny. Look at Tiffany. Someone put it on the t-shirt. Um, wow, that was funny. What was we talking about? I don't even know what we talked about. So where he got to monetize, y'all. I don't know where he went. What was you talking about before we when you said monetize?
Oh, I was telling somebody about the show, and they were saying that have we thought about doing it to make money? And I'm like, nah, never thought of it like of that manner. Just helping people, trying to get through get through life and how it being connected with each other, being connected with God, it's putting God first. It's helped us out tremendously.
It is unscripted, Jack.
Yeah, we add our own twist to everything
I have never heard of Wiktionary before.
because it's a Wikipedia dictionary, Wiktionary.
Oh my goodness, but it's on there.
Yeah. so
That was funny.
they tell the kids that use Wikipedia is not a credible source. So I don't think Wiki Dictionary is one either. Nah, he won't. He won't. So when we stay out of our own heads, because that's a lot of times when it comes to a lot of things in life is that we be in our own head. It don't be nobody else. We be in our own head because again, if somebody tells us something and we believe that, that's we in our own head. Because we're not gonna believe what somebody else think about us. How can you ever believe what somebody else thinks about yourself? You should not. That should never be the case. All right. So y'all can do it. You can do it, no matter what it is. That one thing that you keep putting off, go try it.
Yeah, but
Go do it.
when we're in it, right? Like we do have because we are still human, right? We do say, God, I can't bear this. Like losses, right? I'm sure Jay has screamed that plenty of times that she can't bear anymore. So I know that God won't give us more than we can bear, but when it's already so heavy, right? It then becomes, God, why me? And that's when the reminders have to be, well, why not you? And just understanding that. Like I know when you in the thick of things.
And that's when I say that we be in our own head. Because you were created in his likeness. So you are everything. You can get through everything. And it's in our own head that you say to yourself, I can't do this. Talk to him. Because he's gonna continue showing you why you can do it.
Well, I think it's not only showing us that we can, but showing us, okay, because we can't, he can.
He can.
And so it's
there you go.
understanding like it's not meant for us to figure it out. Like
No,
every situation we're
not.
in is not for us to figure it out. We're supposed to follow his lead, follow his direction, so that we can say, okay, God is the only way I'm staying in today is because of God and nobody but God.
Hold on. Can you go back a little bit
What?
and just repeat what you said?
What I say? About
because it said we can't fix. What did you say? We can't.
We
you said we can't.
We can't fix it.
All right. So the next time we get a phone call from one of them kiddos, don't look for me to jump up right away, right? Man, we got it. Go all the way back. It go all the way back to like what we was talking a long time ago.
Okay.
Not a long time. We were still married. But when Kayla called and then you was mad at me because I didn't just jump and go.
So that's a different situation.
No,
yes, it is. My child on the side of the road. You better get up and go.
But again,
No, We're
had this
gonna
conversation,
jingly puffs this conversation
but
because nip
but we
nip
had
nip.
this conversation, and you already admitted, like, yes, in
Okay,
that.
I
So
understand. So in that moment, I understand like you got to give yourself a minute to figure out a situation, but that still don't mean you can't be getting up, getting some shoes on, trying to figure out a plan. Because just like you gotta be prepared.
getting up, getting shoes on. So go out running out in the
You,
middle of the
I'm
street
not.
barefoot.
No, I'm not saying that. You got to still be prepared. Like you got to still get in position. So when you do have an answer, you're ready for it. Oh, that's good, Jay. Right here. We used to focus on the how, not anymore. Now focus on knowing that God is going to provide the how. That right there is
See, that's
understand.
you out your own head with that one.
Yeah, but it that doesn't happen overnight.
And no, it don't.
Like
That's a process.
unfortunately, we got to go through a series of events before we
Yeah, get
understand
to
it
that
ain't
point.
about me. It's God has got to do this.
Yeah, but that was just my point on a lot of times when it comes to a lot of things, we be in our own head where we kind of get flustered with things because we be in our own head to where she said that she stopped focusing on the how because God gonna give her and He gonna provide that how. So she's just being intentional and waiting and listening. All right, when is the she probably don't even care when the how gonna come. She just know it's gonna come. And that's one of the things where we have to be patient with God. We're not patient in the world because everything is so instantaneous. Like we, when the microwave was created, that's when it all kind of went downhill. Because microwave dinners, everything was now. Cell phones, everything is now. You can get everything now, and so we expect that with God as well. That when as soon as we close our eyes and we pray to Him, as soon as we open our eyes, we expect it to be right then and there. And it ain't gonna always happen like that. It might be a 10-year journey.
Oh.
Might be a 1 year. It might be a 1 year journey, a 2 month journey, but man can't put time on it. So since we can't put time on it, we gotta trust the process and be patient. It's tough. It's
That
tough. It's
is
like
hard.
it's like what they tell you. Watch pot don't cook, right? That's how it is. But don't watch the pot because if you watching the pot, then you may never receive.
Yeah, you
Eh,
right.
So that's it, and that's that process though. Say, what if you ever jumped off, Miss Johnson? You jumped off the process. Would you be where you are right now? It's following in that process. I love it. I love it. It's she's helping us too because again, she told us she not thinking about the how no more. She know God gonna make that how for her. Thank you,
Do
everybody.
you know who that is?
Mm-mm.
Journey Mama. That was sitting right next to you at the thing. You said Miss Johnson, and I'm like, but that's not
Well,
her
I'm
mom.
then this I see it on there. Oh, that okay, Miss
That
Sunshine. Yes.
yeah.
All right. All right. I'm just being respectful, y'all. You know that, man. You know I had this conversation with I throw the missing from the
I'm like, what
names.
is happening
Yeah,
right here?
yeah. I just throw the
I
missing
just
from
wanted
the
to make sure
names.
you put the name because y'all be cutting up together. So
Yeah, no, I
listen.
got it. I got it. I got it, man. I got it. I got it. That's my bad. I couldn't really see the picture. I couldn't see the picture.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no. That's I mean, I love it. That's that testimony. We want to hear some more because it helps. Hearing others speak on theirs helps others. And I this is me personally. I feel like you speaking on it helps you as well. Yeah, talking at it at that time may be very, very difficult, but I feel like it releases some energy and not negative energy, bad energy, just some energy that you don't need to hold on to.
Yeah.
And I'm a big energy person, and like I share this with everybody. It's like when you are a breath of fresh air, and somebody that comes in your presence and they take that breath from you, man, you're allowing them to have just that much power over you because they took that breath from you. They took that joy from you. And if somebody that's like that, I always say excuse yourself from them. Shake them off like a dead leaf because Again, your time, your energy, that's yours. Do do what you want with that, and don't let no one else dictate it. So I love it. I love it. I love it. We're gonna have an open mic night one night. Just let everybody just talk. Can we do that?
We had to send them the link.
Oh, so then everybody just be popping on bling 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 bling. Then can you mute people? Like, no, it's not your turn.
You can't, not that many people. That would be a Zoom if we was doing it.
That'd be. Oh.
Now you got ideas.
Nah, I'm just thinking. Just thinking. You told me hit my journey, so I'm out there probably be journeying.
Listen, we done. Are we done for the night? Cause you're crazy.
No, it's just truth. It's truth. Like you come up with these ideas, and we got sometimes gotta put them to floor.
Boy, listen,
It's a
thank y'all for joining us on an unscripted beautiful life on taking the journey alone part 2. Because now he going completely left. Yeah, I'm sure they heard it. 'Cause
Sorry. I just they felt like when I looked at the screen, I was like, dang, man, you should have told me. Like I was talk like this.
oh my God.
I don't have no
Listen,
chapstick right now.
this was a crazy night. We done hit so many different topics. So it said journey alone, but we done talked about like everything.
Everything.
So we thank y'all for joining us until next week. We will talk to y'all later. Have a good